Hi guys, good morning or afternoon. Obsession card in the reverse. Somebody is getting over one person or the other. We have the Five of Stars here, and even though at one point this might have been a really difficult thing for you to walk away from, it is getting better for you. You've been doing your shadow work, and that's exactly what it comes down to, is you just figuring out deep within you, what different things could be triggering you or making you feel certain ways. And you deserve good things. So you're finally starting to realize that. You're starting to realize that there's options out there and you don't have to just do the same thing that you've been doing. And that there's a lot of different ways that you can go about achieving your goals, and you're seeing the results. So you also just have had a little bit of time away from this person, and you've been around other people enough at least to bring up different ideas that you might be interested in as far as this new direction that you're taking. You never knew that there was these options. You didn't know that there was these resources. You didn't know that there was these things that you could do. You didn't know anything about it. And so just learning that, hey, oh, by the way, there's this over here that you could try. Or, oh, did you know that this place is hiring? Or, oh, did you know that they actually offer a program and they can waive those fees for you, and we can get that going in no time. You're starting to just use different resources and outlets to navigate your way through this moment of your life, which is going to be short-lived. Short-lived. That's the thing about breakup, is we spend so much time in the relationship feeling like we don't maybe want to be with that person, and questioning it and wondering it, and then next thing you know, a year went by, and sometimes 5, and sometimes 8 years have passed. And I've seen it happen with myself, and I've seen it happen with a lot of people. It's like they know that that's not what they want, and they just do it anyway. They keep doing it. We all do it. It's all right. You didn't really know the skills at first that you needed. Learning how to become strong after a breakup is something that most people had skills to do beforehand. And what I learned about people like us is that when we grow up never learning healthy communication or problem solutions, understanding, forgiveness, empathy, patience, there's a lot of skills that are really, really necessary to learn at a young age. And as we were talking about the other day, children ages 0 to 5, during that age, end up developing a foundation for their personality based off of what they see 0 to 5. And by the age of 7 years old, they have determined, based off of the way that people around them treat them, if they're good or bad. And this determination is made off of the words that people tell them that they are. Like, that is bad, you don't do that. Or, good job, honey. Whether your parents are patient with you and kind and sweet, and they want to teach you and, get you into sports and really just be there for you and proactive with you. And that's where the skills come in. You don't have to have a whole lot growing up to at least be respected and taught how to respect others and expected to do that. It's really difficult when you get away with all these things, or you let your child get away with all the. What are you doing? You're gonna come over here like a weirdo shit? You're getting that guy away from me. Get out of here. You're fucking distract me now. Anyways, it's very difficult to change your entire foundation of thinking as an adult. It's possible. But you'll also have, this is going to be like an updated program. Your original program is this, and you basically will always have both of those programs, and it takes strength and it takes courage to live every single day in that strength and run on the second program instead of going back to the first program. And that's what you just learned. Honey, will you shut my door? Halo! Shut my door, please.
I did. You left it open.
Huh? Did you shut it? Thank you.
You left it open. I shut it for you.
I don't care. I just said shut the door, bro. You are here for a purpose, and you're learning and realizing what matters to you. And that matters. It matters the most, actually. Like, a lot of times we're told, like in literal exact words, I was told when I wanted something that I could put fucking both hands out. The things I fucking wanted and the things I fucking didn't have, and fucking see which came and filled them up faster. Why don't you fucking hold both those hands out and fucking see which hand fills up faster just because you want something? Those are things that we're told growing up. When I would glare because I was very sad, I was in pain. I was young, I didn't know what to do, I couldn't talk back, and I couldn't leave. I didn't have my own money, so I couldn't tell myself yes. When you're a child, you're threatened to listen, or you're in trouble, and you're also expected to behave. So it's all a threat, though. For some of us, it's all a threat. And stop, Hazel. Give that to me. Why do you have to break everything? No, give it to me. Let me see it. Go get your plastic one. I said give it to me. No. Where's it at? What'd you do with it? What, you dropped it off? You better stop fucking ruining shit. But yeah, like, we are expected to know how to do everything right, but really you don't. The only thing that we had to fear making a good or bad decision was knowing that if we did this, like, we were gonna get in big ass trouble. So in the end, we ended up navigating our way through that. Let's not get caught. How do I not get caught? Okay, because like we have needs that we need to be met, and as far as our brain is registering this, they don't want us to do that, or we'll get in trouble, and these are the consequences. But like, we don't know anything about who we are at that point, what we really want. We don't really know the difference between addiction and habits and toxic and non-toxic. We also don't even know that love is something that we will run straight into trying to receive, because that's what we felt like we should have always been given from the parent. That we don't understand how a parent could do that stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that there's plenty of times, honestly, like, where people have honestly just like thought bad about me. So I don't even want to sit here and say that anybody is in the wrong, because I actually love all of our parents, and even though they had a little bit of a difficult time, I would never want to just sit here and say like, oh, that this was so bad, because it wasn't. I got a lot of good things out of it. I'm just saying, like, I actually do understand what you guys feel like coming out of this dysfunctional thing, and in your heart you have this motivation and drive towards change and value and being better, and a lot of it is inherited from whatever the struggles were, whenever we were told no growing up, whatever we didn't have, we're motivated to get that. And we're motivated to get love. We're just in this big fucking hurry to get everything, because, to us, we've waited a lifetime. So we wouldn't know that starting relationships right out of frickin' our youth would be actually a very bad idea for people like us. We're not the same as frickin' high school sweethearts who get married and stay together for the rest of their life. We don't even know at that point how to love our sweetheart. And we do is probably the best love or time of our life so far. Being in their arms and on the days where you are appreciated, but we can only manifest what we actually are. So the child and the person that you're dating, the other child, because you're both children at that point, you're teens at least, they have a parent that they miss too. They have a parent that was, it was a single home household probably, or there was a lack of involvement with one parent, and like even though it looks all handy dandy and everything is all cute for the moment, the truth is you manifest what you are. And that's why the fuck we don't end up working out with a lot of our first loves, second loves, because it takes, in my opinion, like I'd say, I personally feel like it takes a year. Being single is my motto. You're single, because like I think a full year in between boyfriends would at least do something. You got to think like how long you wait in between dating or starting something that hasn't been really necessarily working out exactly correct. Dating is not a mandatory priority. Having a car and a license and having a job and having your bills paid and having a home or somewhere you can go home to, in my opinion, is a priority. After those things are in order, we should or could possibly be interested in love. But the reason why you want to take that time in between you guys is because think about right now, like let's say, well, you already know how it would be if we went back to an ex. Even if we talk to most of our exes on the phone, they end up saying within the first 15 minutes something that reminded us of why the fuck we are not together. Happens every time. It's not going to be any different when you start a brand new relationship. You think that it's a completely different thing because it's a new person. No, go down. We cuddled all night long. I love you. This is my coffee time. Get. I'm doing my reading right now. If you want to sit down, you can. I love you. We think, like, think about it though. Like, if you went to jail once a year, I bet you'd think it came fucking around fucking real damn quick. A year would not be long, and no. You'd be like, no, not again. It's already this date. No. You just gotta put whatever you want into the same aspect of whatever you have to do too, and the brain can make a time frame seem like it's been such a long time in between things that it wants, and it can even ignore and completely refuse to do the things that it needs, because what does the brain do, you guys? It makes us feel better. Your brain has learned how to make you feel, you guys have worked together to make each other feel comfortable. Your body, your habits, your addictions, your brain, it's all in this program. It's going on right now. The brain does not like to feel bad. It doesn't like to feel uncomfortable. It doesn't like to feel sick, scared, or anything. The brain is a very intelligent thing. And when you don't feel good or you're not comfortable, the brain kicks in and it's automatic mode and it wants to make you feel better. And so what it does is it goes inside and it starts pulling up anything that you've registered as good. Everything that we do will go through our brain and be registered as either good or bad, good or bad, good or bad. And all things will always go through. I talked about this the other day, but you can picture like a grocery line scanner thing. Every piece of grocery that's scanning through the scanner, boop, boop, boop. Those are all your memories. Every one that you've ever made. They're all in there. Whether you remember exactly the details or not, they're all in there. They will always keep passing by in this scanner grocery line thing, no matter what. Every day on each day of the year will be different memories that you were affected by on all the other same days of the years in the past. So no matter where you are or how far you get in life, all your memories will always still pass by in your mind. When they pass your mind, boop, boop, your brain says good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. On the good ones, obviously they fly through. Maybe you even have a moment where you smile. On the bad ones, your brain says, ah! And it will literally shoot signals into your body in every direction, and it remembers how it made you feel that day. And it's up to you. That's what we were talking about. Don't go down the rabbit hole. That's going down the rabbit hole. You need to just know that they're going to be passing by like airplanes. Don't let bad airplanes land at your airport. But just being aware of things like that and just knowing that another cool thing is that it only takes 60 days to make or break any habit if you're consistent and around the right people. Don't think that you're permanently this way. The only thing that really happens, you guys, is that we always have that way about us. You don't ever get rid of your old self. You're not bad. So getting better is almost a term. It's kind of insulting, really. Like, maybe you should just upgrade to the premium or the higher up membership. You know what I mean? You're just being upgraded. Like, you've never even had an upgrade before, so what the fuck do you mean getting better? No, you haven't even learned these things, dude. Don't be hard on yourself. Like, how the fuck are you? How would you even be considered needing to be getting better when you were never even trained by anybody that even knew anything about these qualifications? You've never even learned it. You're starting to hear about it. You're starting to see other people living this different kind of life. You're starting to realize everybody thinks different. You're starting to accept who you are, and that, yeah, there could be a possibility that some of us were just passing through a vessel on our way from heaven to earth. And for those of you who are wondering, why don't I have a family, and why don't I have a relationship with my family? Why am I suffering? Well, like I was saying the other day, like, a lot of us are really truly, like, on our way to be emperors and empresses. And if you know what that really means, and I was trying to explain it to Melody, because she's so beautiful, but I instantly got this image in my brain about the never-ending story. And I guess it's a boy. My mom made sure to correct me. You don't even know what you're talking about, Tara. You don't even know what you're talking about. That is not even a girl. That's a boy. But on the dog that's flying in Never-Ending Story, apparently it's a boy and not a girl. But that is an emperor or an empress. But that boy looks like a fucking girl. Sorry, but sure. Either way, the point is that, do you not see how they are crying tears and they're begging? I think it's like Virtue or something. She's like, Virtue, and she's like, please, Virtue, and she has this beautiful, soft face. It's because she or he is the emperor and the empress, and, like, they're not on the 3D land just doinking around doing dumbass shit. They're there to guide people to safety and to their true dreams, to their true goals. A lot of you guys have higher purposes, just like we're learning about right now, and other people do too. And, like, you already know how hard it has been to tell your story or to be believed in. We're here to go let other people know that are just like us in their younger years. We're here to help them, to guide them to where we are now, and if we can, much faster than what we learned. We can start teaching people how to be amazing right from birth. People think that, oh, these kids are little, they couldn't even hear us fighting. 0 to 5 determines the foundation of a child and their personality. And by 7, they've determined whether or not you think they're good and bad. And you are the only person actually in their life at that time. So you've made a child believe 100% that you start off people's entire life. We start off everybody's life, in that, whoever we were dating. And a lot of us being young, we were dating people that we're not with today, and we were partying and having babies, and we were under substances that altered our thinking and made us react in ways that we regret and don't do normally. I don't know about you guys, but everything that I've ever done that I regret, I was under the influence of something, truly. Literally, every time I went to jail, under the influence of something. CBS influence, every car accident. I mean, it was just, everything. Every time I fucking said anything that I just truly regret doing, I was under the influence of something. And that's why we just gotta ask ourselves, like, when incidents occur, were you doing what you should have done? Were you doing the right thing or the wrong thing? And were you where you should have been? So where were you? What were you doing? And was it right or wrong? No, if let's just say, like, you go and you're like, you sneak over to the bar to have a drink with your friend and you're supposed to be at home and you tell your man that you're just running to Walmart to grab some diapers or whatever, you know. During that drive over there, you get T-boned. Whole car gets totaled. You're fucking pissed. At first, your initial thought is, oh my gosh, if I wasn't, oh my gosh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. The car's here. How am I even going to say, you know, like, what am I even going to say about why it's here? You're kind of panicking. But then your brain kicks into that mode where it wants to make you feel better. It doesn't like to be, it does not like to feel uncomfortable. So that's where you just automatically do an overdrive and you kick in and you start thinking that you have the right to be where you were, or that somebody screwed you over, or maybe if that bitch fucking would have stopped at the red light, we wouldn't even have been in this situation. No. Were you? That was fate. That's fate, in my opinion, dude. Like, straight up. Like, that's because we want to test the universe. Like, universe is listening and watching 24/7. So, I was actually thinking that we're getting away with anything has been a big fat myth. We were getting away with what? Lying to the people in the 3D? Last time I checked, we're supposed to be elevating. The 3D is actually temporary, momentary. And true risers get out of here. Only fools stay on the 3D and into materialistic items and actually believe in things like that. It's good to help people grow and elevate, but not stay on the 3D, you know? That's why we just got to listen to the universe tell us, you know, guiding things. It's not that they're trying to control us. God doesn't try to control us. He's not saying those things to be rude. He's just saying, like, dude, think about it. In every situation that you've ever been in, had I not actually sent you a little bit of a lot of warnings saying, hey, don't go out that night. No, 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 no. That conscience feeling that you feel inside when you're doubting whether or not you should do it is God saying, hey, no, 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 no. So when you acknowledge the no, 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 and then you're like, I think I'm going to do it anyway. Or they'll be like, I don't know, man, I'm going to try my best to try to get out tonight. You know, I'm going to see what I can do. You're already manipulating your outcome. You think that because you outsmarted 3D people that we are getting our way. No. I thought the same thing too. I just started realizing I was doing circles. Kept doing the same thing, just different boyfriend, but a new cycle over and over. And I thought, I don't want to do circles anymore. I don't want to keep working this hard to make everything right and then have a slip up and then pat myself on the back over and over again every time I make it right again. Slip up, pat myself. Oh, I'm just doing this good this long. Slip up, pat myself. New relationship, slip up. Like, no. What was happening is that I wasn't taking any time in between that full year. It says you're being called in to service and to believe in your own guidance. If you guys are like me, we haven't been single. We were our parents' property. I was with Tori for 4 years, and then I got with James for 4 years, and then I think I had a year of treatment, and I relocated, and I went through a lot of stuff, and at 9 months single or something, I think, it was like a year or 9 months. But I'd gotten with Zeke for 8 years. So this is the last few years only in my life that I've actually been able to pay my bills and live alone. I started in really the beginning of 2020 because me and Edward broke up in December of 2019. So it's just new for me, but it's the longest and it's the only time I've ever actually lived alone. I mean, I had low-income housing and stuff, but my mortgage was $1,600. So, with all the bills, it was freaky to me. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I never give up. And I've done a lot of things to keep this house, and next month it marks 6 years since I became a homeowner. And I'm very grateful. I see the price of rent. And, you know, somebody that I know just rented a place, $2,300 for renting. Oh, it was Zeke. That's what you get, dude. When you get I guess he was telling everybody about his house over here because we bought it together. Well, we were gonna, but week 1 he decided to fuck this. Dude. Man. Cellulitis chick. But that's okay. I was nice about it. I just said, you gotta go. And you cellulitis-y. I just told her, I hope that you think about your daughter. Because I loved them all because they were our best friends. We did like best friends dinners and stuff. So we actually had like double dates all the time, come to find out. Crisscross applesauce, apparently. Oh shit. Either way, that's how shit goes. We make decisions. God says, hey man, hey. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Because sometimes you will get consequences. And I got consequences, even for buying this house with Jake, knowing that we didn't get along. I knew we weren't getting along. I actually knew I was going to be with him too. I changed all the passwords to Sniper. And he couldn't even sign in to any of our emails or anything because I was going to leave him. But I begged him. I said, please, Zeke, please just trust me on this. I said, you know, I've never not paid the bills. We'd been together for 8 years. It was a big risk for him to leave me to the house and just move out and trust me to make the payments. To be honest, you guys, Zeke is still on it. He just has never lived here. I've never taken him off of it. I'm not sure if I will or not. But if anything ever happened to me, you know, I mean, I have it set up to where he gets it. And he doesn't know that. But the fact that he raised my kids for 8 years, starting at the age of 19 years old, he was a very young man. He gave up his entire life at 19, and we didn't have the perfect relationship. But he trusted me. He gave me a chance. And I don't look at him or anybody else that it didn't work out with as that's the end of us. It's just part of all of us. You know, there's not good or bad, there's both. I mean, we've had some good times, we had some bad times, but even though he's now with Brooke and has 2 kids, and they, you know what I mean, you guys have heard some of that story. I'll probably share more, but their family is the one that's actually going to get my house. And I just feel like knowing that just makes me like have grown a lot. It's not very often that you know that your man or your woman could cheat on you and go have babies with somebody else, but in secret, you're going to make sure that that whole family is actually taken care of in the end. And that's what being an empress and an emperor is, okay, guys? So beautiful. I don't even know. Make me want to throw up. Anyways, yeah, I just want you to know that there's nobody in this world that could do anything that would permanently or ever, like, push me away. I love all my people. Becoming an emperor and an empress means that you see the good and the bad, and that we're here to encourage and correct when needed. Never abandon, never judge. That's not what we're here to do. Encourage and correct when needed. Guide. I love you. Happy Easter, though.